And please tell us your name.
My name is Kazuaki Tanahashi. Just call me Kaz.
I love that. Well, I am so impressed with your work. For many, many decades, I've been aware of your disarmament work you're doing in the world. And so I would love you to talk about this new book that is just out this year and what you have been doing all these years that I have known you.
Thank you. So this is just a new book. The title is Demilitarization Potential of Nations. This is a guide for all of us, all of you, any one of you can help nations to give up their military forces one by one.
And let's see the cover of your book. Wonderful, wonderful. And how can people get this book?
World Without Armies office is 1520 Blake Street, Berkeley, California, 94703. So this is a small book, but it's $120. That includes shipping to anywhere in the world, and also $90 donations to the World Without Armies. So that will help our activities together to help nations to give up their military forces.
That is so necessary. And tell us how you began.
Mm-hmm.
What spurred you to work in this way?
In 1999, I attended the International Peace Conference in The Hague, the Netherlands. That was a kind of 100th anniversary of the first International Peace Conference that had taken place in The Hague. So there, President Carasso, former president of Costa Rica, gave a keynote speech. So we became friends, and President Carasso invited me to come to Costa Rica and do some peace work together. So I proposed that we should start an organization called A World Without Armies to help nations to give up their military forces. So Costa Rica was the first one to give up their army in 1948, and that was constitutionalized in 1949. So former President Carasso was younger, but he was maybe student and also a successor of Jose Figueres, who led a revolution in Costa Rica and then demilitarized maybe two armies, defeated armies and then victorious armies. So this is the first time that happened in the world. So it's, to me, it is the most inspiring event in human history. So we kind of like to, and then Panama followed Costa Rica in 1994. So Panama is now kind of the most thriving economy, fastly developing economy in Central America. So President Carasso, and then I asked him to be the honorary founder of a World Without Armies, and then I'm a director of the organization.
That is wonderful. And what other countries do you think have been affected by your work? Is there any that are on the verge of disarmament?
Not yet, soon after that, this World Trade Center terrorist attack took place. So unfortunately, all nations actually started to be more defensive of the terrorists and so forth. So we haven't helped any nations to give up their military forces, unfortunately. So President Carasso and I worked together to create a book called Breakthrough Costa Rica, Lessons for the World. So it really documents Costa Rican history of demilitarization, and then maybe protecting the environment, kind of leading the world in protection of the environment, and then leading the world in the happiness of the citizens. So we I'm not a really specialist in Central America, but maybe I was just volunteering to help write this book, which took many years, like 20 years. So now the book is completed. So now our focus is more actually trying to help some of the Central American nations to do demilitarization. Excuse me. So I have a very kind of dear friend, Alberto Brenes. He's a PhD, and now he is Costa Rican ambassador to the Netherlands. So he is, I call him Mr. Demilitarizations. He worked for Oscar Arias Foundation, who was a former president, and then he worked very hard to help maybe demilitarize Panama, and also another nation. Anyway, so he worked with President Arias, and then he was the main person who published a book called African Challenge for Demilitarization. So Oscar Arias Foundation organized a conference in Africa, and then tried to kind of discuss demilitarization. And then Dr. Bernes was the author of the book, maybe a conference record. And then I asked Ambassador Brenes, Okay, I like to kind of work on actual demilitarization of nations. Which nations we should start? And he said, uh, mm, so, uh, El Salvador and Honduras. So I don't know why he said that, but I trust him. You know, he's a kind of very kind of well, maybe thoughtful kind of diplomatic expert. So now we are trying to start with El Salvador first. So the way to do is kind of, in this book, we are suggesting that we find professor of political science of the country, and then offer grant to do demilitarization potential study of the nation. So that will include military budget for 5 years, and then military personnel budget, which is very important because later we need to kind of help soldiers to be kind of insured for their income after demilitarization. And then also it includes public opinion survey that for maybe asking 1,000 random citizens and various questions, including, do you fear foreign invasion? And nobody fear foreign invasions in Central and South Americas because nations don't invade each other. And also the Organization of American States is very strong. So if one nation invades another, that is regarded as invading all member states. So no one would want to do that. And then another question is, do you fear coup d'etat? Yeah, coup d'etats, maybe it's happened so many times in Central and South Americas. So everyone is afraid of coup d'etat. Armies are only good for conducting coup d'etats. So why do we need it? And then the question can be, do you favor demilitarization? And then I believe most citizens in Central America would say yes. So this study, when it is completed, a World Without Armies offer grant to peace organizations, 10 peace organizations, and then ask them to do lobbying so that Congress can maybe approve the demilitarization, and also media outreach. So in this way, we could help demilitarize nations. If it fails, we do more studies, and then maybe we'll try to figure out, and we try to ask citizens of the nation to figure out how to kind of improve the movement, and then make a successful demilitarization. So we go to countries one by one in Central America and South America. So all of us can kind of bring our effort together maybe bring our funds together, and then we can do one country after another.
That is so wonderful. There's hope that really brings hope. And I just feel this information is so important. And thank you so much for coming and having this interview.
Thank you, it's my great pleasure. And I think we should all feel that we are all powerful. You know, whatever we do can make an effect. You know, it's important.
Yes.
Yeah, like you know, in Buddhism, we maybe one of the important Mahayana Buddhist teaching is prajna paramita. That means realization of prajna, which is wisdom beyond wisdom, to see all things as not separate, to see as all as one. You know, when we meditate, kind of in the deeper part of our consciousness, we are always kind of experiencing all things as one. And then another important Mahayana teaching is bodhisattva vow. So we are all servers to help others to be awakened. We are all servers of changing the world in a better place.
Amen. Thank you. That is so important. And especially hearing your voice and ideas right now, where so many of us are feeling helpless of what's happening on the planet. But there is something that we can do, and we can work together to make this happen.
Yeah, whatever each one of us do makes a difference, right? Yeah. We are powerful. Everyone is powerful.
Thank you, Kaz.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Vijali.
having you here.
It's such a great pleasure to talk with you and with everyone.